right, a very good morning to you. Welcome to the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. This is where we look at various issues that are affecting us as Nigerians. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Ginika Olwaha. Now, on Saturday, the Osun governorship election held, and the winner actually made. Therefore, that particular contest has come and gone, and the winner has emerged. What are the lessons learned from the contest and the way forward for Nigeria's electoral process? With what played out in our Osun State governorship election, will it be proper to say that the stage is set for the 2023 general election? Welcome once again. My name is Ginika Olwaha, and I have joining me virtually somebody we've been talking to all this while. He is an election observer. He's going to give us what actually transpired in that particular contest in Osun State. Thank you so much, Mr. Chris Agri. Thank you so much for joining us, and welcome to the platform.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning, Flow FM. Good morning, my brothers and sisters, Abia people.
Yeah, I know it has been a very hectic weekend for you, going by what actually happened. You were in Osun, and I'm sure probably you are still there. So just tell us what you observe in that particular contest. Would you say the wishes of the people actually prevailed, and why?
Yeah, thank you very much. I got back to Abuja yesterday.
Okay.
First, we thank God that the Osun election has come and gone peacefully, freely, fairly, credibly. That is the most important thing in any election. That, pre-election, mini-election, post-election, we have peace and calm everywhere. We thank God for that. In terms of the election, what transpired, simply put, Osun people have spoken. They spoke loud and clear. There's no ambiguities. There's just nothing. The people have spoken. They've spoken their mind, and their message is very well received by all and sundry. And that brings us, and let me also state it loud and clear, Nigeria, we have entered into a new era of election and electioneering. What you saw is a culmination, a consolidation. We have consolidated the new era of election and electioneering. It started progressively from November 6th, last year, December 6th, 2021, in Anambra governorship election that ushered in Professor Charles Soludo. He moved on to FCT area council elections here last February, then got to Ekiti last month, 18th of last month, precisely about a month ago, and now, therefore, is today in Osun State, a new era. And for some of us, as watchers over the society and over the election and the electioneering processes, we are happy, we are filled with enthusiasm. At last, I can say, attest, and confirm to Nigerian people that we have entered into an era where your vote counts. Yes, your vote now counts.
Okay.
Going forward, I call on Abians and indeed Nigerians. If you have not gotten your PVC, the window is still open till 31st of this month, 31st of July. That's when it will be closing. INEC made a pronouncement in that regard. Flow FM, the Flow Media, the People's Station, please take it as part of your corporate social responsibility. Call on all eligible voters who are yet to obtain their PVC or who have changed base in terms of migrating, who have ever gotten registered and gotten their PVC, now migrating from one place to another, to go ahead now, between now and the end of this month, to obtain their PVC.
Okay.
That is the only way you can vote in the candidate of your choice, the party of your choice, without fear or favor, without any form of trouble, you can bring about that leadership that you so much desire, which everybody so desire. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. We've been in the forefront of campaigning for people to go and get their PVCs. Now, Mr. Agiri, I want you to point out what exactly do you think we should be doing now? Do you think INEC should improve or still maintain the standard established in Osun State going forward?
Yes, what we've seen is a progressive improvement from Anambra. In Anambra election, about 50-60% of people that came out in last Anambra governorship election could not vote because of the BVAS system. That was when BVAS was introduced. In FCT area council elections, there was some improvement. What we saw in Ekiti last month and therefore in Osun State is a complete, a U-turn from what we experienced. Mind you, Ekiti election is the first after the electoral act, the 2022 new electoral act was signed into law.
Yeah.
The new electoral act that now have empowered INEC to deploy technology. It has come to stay. INEC should be going forward, consolidating on these successes we have recorded. Me as an observer took it upon myself at my own expense, at the expense of my life and well-being, and my own self-sponsoring journey. I've gone through these 3-4 elections to understudy, to critically analyze how it works. I have come to the conclusion that we are good to go towards 2023. INEC, all I can say, ndị Igbo jide nke iji sikwa ike na nke iji adrọ back cha. INEC, unu jide nke unu jisie ya ike na ọdrọkwa back cha. In other words, so far, INEC must not fall below this benchmark that we have seen. Yes, it must not.
Okay.
Rather, there's always room for improvement. Can improve moving forward. But let me also say, this is a one-off election.
Yeah.
We have about 21,000 security personnel, everything deployed. Going forward in 2023, where you have a general election, about, with all the associated challenges, the most important thing is that your vote must count. Yes.
Okay. Now, from your own submission, it appears that you've given a pass mark to INEC and the process that actually we actually saw in Osun State, meaning that the wishes of the people actually prevailed in that contest. Now, I heard that Governor Yetola, who came second in that particular contest, said he was still studying the outcome of that election. Probably after studying it, he might proceed to court. Do you think there's any need for that, since you said the process was credible?
Yeah, the candidate is constitutionally empowered, is morally and legally allowed. If he feels that the election did not go the way he thought it ought to have gone, he is free to go to court. That's why in an election, there's always room, there's always a window for you to ventilate. That is not through any form of violence. That is it. That is the cause. The courts are there for anybody to go. But from what I saw, I will crave the indulgence of politicians and those to come to first apply this spirit of sportsmanship. When you lose, congratulate the other person, and life goes on. Join hands to work. After all, it's all service to the people. If I'm in a position, yes, let him study. He has to study the entire process, and I'll crave his indulgence to say that after studying it, from what me as an independent observer, as the role, our duty as an observer We observed the entire process that's supposed, beginning from the party primaries up to the time litigations are dispensed off the courts. We observed the INEC staff, we observed the security agencies, we observed the party agents, we observed the voters themselves. For INEC staff, how professional they are in doing their work. For the security agencies, how professional they are in their conduct and behavior. The party agents themselves, how they conducted themselves, as well as the voters. And we write a report. And of course, the development you have seen in the electoral process is as a result of our own observations and our reports, unbiased. That is why you don't see me attached to any political party or to any candidate. It is a duty I gave to myself as a way of contributing towards, a change, social change for the good of all. From what I observed, it's not necessary that he goes to court because the election was free, fair, credible. Yes, there's no election that will not be. There were cases. A place that was gunshot somewhere. There was also 1 or 2 cases of ballot box snatching. There was also a case of people sustaining some injuries. But all those things are when people who are living in the past. They are living in the past. The new system, the device system, promotes security in itself. Because as long as immediately you are authenticated, accredited, it's already uploaded, it's in the cloud. Nobody can change it. In fact, the election starts and ends at the polling unit. Right there and then, you are here before your eyes. Is results, the ballots are sorted out, counted, inputted, and uploaded. You are expected, either as a petty agent or as a voter, you are expected to right there and then track it into the INEC portal, election portal, to track it and see that it's been uploaded. Nobody can change it. So there's no need for violence. There's no need for gragra. There's no need for abro. There's no need for criminality. That is the era we are. Yes, that's the era we are. You can take my words to the bank, because as a field observer, I've made the necessary sacrifices. But personally, in an election, what goes on the day of the election proper is a different ballgame. People will come and blow all the grammar. But in the day of election, it's only if you're on election duty. Whether you're a security agent, whether you're a party man, whether whoever you are, by law, you are confined to your polling unit. You can only know what happens in your own polling unit. Even security agencies are attached to a particular unit, unless those on patrol. But as observers that have the freedom of movement, in the case of Abia, the entire state, as much as you can cover, you deploy men, observers to the field. They'll be giving you, real-time information on what is happening. What we experience on the day of election proper, during the election, is a different ballgame. And thank God for the new system.
Okay.
And young people, Osun people spoke loudly.
Now, Mr. Ageri, I want to have your own assessment as regards to the political actors. Do you think they play according to the rules, going by the outcome of this particular contest?
Now, the political actors, it is just natural in view of our low degree of political development. Politicians will be finding ways to cut corners. It's not just that. They will be finding ways to cut corners. And that is why we are now entering into a new era of orientation. Because towards 2023, 95% of the politicians, the candidates, up to 1998, of the candidates who are coming, the party agents, the party officials, they are not aware. They are still stuck with the old mindset of the elections before November last year. Maybe 2019, 2015, 2011, and all that. They are still stuck to it. But what we're saying them now is that, look, that era is gone. We are no longer in that era. with the device system is the place that study the electric act, play by the rules, play by the rules. Somebody must win, and whoever wins, he wins freely and fairly. That's the point. The message, my message to politicians: you should just change, throw away that their old clothes, that their old mindset. Result writing is rotten result is not the era of where with problem comes when result begins to move from the polling unit to the work collection centers, from the work collection centers to local government, from local government to states. Result begins to change hand, and all that figures begin to change. That one is no longer obtainable. Simply put, let it be sunk well into their memory. It is no longer obtainable. That is living in the past. So, the way they prepare themselves, normally they say, no. That era is gone and gone forever. Yes.
Okay, now I also want to know what actually gave rise to this orderliness that we experienced during Osun election. Could it be as a result of voter education? Because so far I've not seen much voter education exercise on the part of probably the INEC or political parties. But from what you've said so far, it appears that the people were so orderly and so organized. That's why we had a peaceful atmosphere during that contest. What exactly would you now say was responsible for this?
Now, let me also say this. Osun people, the Yoruba people are more politically enlightened than our people in Abia. And our people in the southeast, they are more politically sophisticated. So, what we saw, first, the turnout in Osun State is the highest we have seen since the introduction of the device. The people knew what they wanted. And you see, there's an awareness. You can see young people now talking about PVC, talking about this. Society is changing and changing very fast. Now, they saw what transpired in Ekiti. People are now taking in the message that their vote counts. And right there and then, before your two naked eyes, you just see your vote counting. So that inspires people to come out. Because you see, by law, constitutionally, once you vote with a particular candidate and he wins the election, you have the right to hold him or her accountable. You have the right. This is part of the social contract that this time you spend to go and queue up to obtain your PVC, it is an investment. This time you spend to stand on the sun under the rain to vote is an investment. If your candidate wins, you have another major role to hold him accountable. They are public officers, whether it's a governor, whether it's a senator, all that position, these things that arrogate to themselves, is a lie. What you have seen what happened in Ekiti now. Adeleke certainly is the governor-elect.
Osun State, yeah.
Osun State, sorry. He begins to exercise the powers from in the next 3-4 months when he's sworn in. Who made it possible? It is that your vote. So, having given him your vote, you must hold him accountable. Our people in the southeast, in Abia, looks the other way around. You now see elected officials from the state, from councillor to chairman to senator to assembly member to governor, they begin to behave like emperors, presiding over their empire. No. What we have seen now is that power resides with the people. Sovereignty belongs to the people. Whosoever that will be the next governor of Abia State, it is Abians that will make it possible. It is Abians that will vote him in. Whosoever that will be the next president of Nigeria. So it's not that when he's voted in, he begins to see himself as a king, as a lord, as an empire, as an emperor, president of Israel. No, that shouldn't be. That is why our people are failing in holding the political leadership accountable. That's why you see all sorts of things going on in the East. But now, as it's going now, every admin that is going to vote, just note that you are sending him or her on a message, and he must give account of the message where you send them. So,
Okay.
yes, Yorubas are more politically conscious. Moreover, they must have seen the performance of probably the incumbent, and they are dissatisfied. What else can they do? The only permissible means of change of leadership, political leadership, in a democratic setting is through the electoral process. If you don't like what the person there is doing, just calm, just stay calm until election comes. You will show them pepper with your vote. That's your PVC. You don't need to make noise about it.
Okay.
In the case of Osun, we saw people who say, "To hell with your money." To hell with your money.
Did people actually turn down the money, the inducement made by some political actors?
Of course, yes. And this is a life experience, eyewitness account. We also saw people who collected the money and voted candidates of their choice. So that's what we're saying. Okay, if politicians now feel they have so much money, if they feel they have so much money, collect the money, vote the candidate of your choice. But if you are collecting the money, if you are arrested, you are committing an electoral offense, you'll be prosecuted and jailed. So that money they want to use to buy voters, no, they should use it to work for the people. Let me also say, by the Electoral Act, all this one, they share tomato, share rice, share cloth, that is an offense, an electoral offense. It is voter inducement. The motive behind that is to start by the conscience of the part of the voter of the voters.
That happens before election.
Of course, yes. That happens before election. It doesn't matter.
You are saying that such things shouldn't be encouraged.
Such things should not be encouraged at all. That money, you try for the people. Use it to make the hospital functional. That people can go to the hospital. Use it to pay salaries, so that people can be happy with you. We have entered into a new era. There's nothing like as it was in the beginning, and so shall it be. Some pride themselves that they have the Akmobi, they can do the dirty jobs. That one, they are living in the past. There's no need for crisis. There's no need for violence of anyone. Go and campaign. Tell the people what you will do for them. That is where we are, my dear brother. That is where we are. Yes.
Now, Mr. Chris, from what you've seen and observed in Osun, you notice that it's an off-season election.
Yes.
So there was so much concentration on Osun. Take, for instance, the security personnel. Police said they deployed like 21,000 personnel to secure that particular state. And INEC too, they focused every attention on Osun. Now, general election, would you suggest, would it be right for you to suggest that there's every need for our state election to be staggered so that we'll have this atmosphere where people can now go and vote and their votes will count?
In terms of mobilization for this one-off election, well, in Osun, I was in a live program with NTA and one other television stations too. In terms of that, yes, it's not sustainable. One is this: it is experimental to just see that there's a conducive atmosphere to try this new system, this device system, and now it's been tried, and that is just it. It is now the new message you'll be sending to Nigerians is say, look, even self, the policeman, then the president of the police security man in the polling unit, is just to maintain law and order. It's not armed, and there is just no way. Comport yourself, respect yourself in your own best interests. So we don't need all that mobilization. We have gotten what we want. We have gotten what we want. We have seen that the system functions. Going in terms of staggering elections, that is a topic for another day. Our focus now is on 2023. Now, let me get it. Let it be loud and clear. We have made significant progress in the electoral system. We have made a significant process. We have a new electoral act. What made it possible is because of the Nigerian people. The pressure was so much that both the National Assembly and the President had no option. We have that going forward. We have now, which has now allowed introduction of technology by modern voter authentication accreditation system that has the issue of rigging, writing results, changing results. Please, it is no longer obtainable. No, they should not spend their time and money and energy thinking about that. All those boys that, what is their pedigree on the day of election, they can do and undo. They live in the past. There's no room for such any longer.
Okay.
There's just no room for such any longer.
Okay.
So, moving forward, we are going to get there. Yes, we'll get there.
Okay. Let me sincerely thank you, Mr. Chris Aguri, an election observer there in Osun State. Thank you so much for speaking with us on the platform this morning.
Thank you, my good people of Abia State, my brothers and sisters. Of course, you know I'm an Abian, a proud Ngwa man for that matter.
Okay.
You know, to the candidates in Abia, go ahead, go to the field and campaign. Tell the people what you want to do for them. And then, sincerely, sorry, please. In Osun, as I was patrolling, I saw a hood of boys. Those are the boys that they used to do dirty jobs in an elections. They find out there's nothing for them to do. You know, the message they gave to me, they say, "Oga, tell the person that will win that he should do things right." And that's just the message I have to pass to my brothers, Nabians, Dibos, and Sinuro. My charity begins at home. So if a place is not right, whosoever that will win, resolve within yourselves to work for the good and goodness of the people.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Chris Aguri. Thank you. Okay, that was Mr. Chris Aguri, an election observer. He monitors situation there in Osun over the weekend and gave us updates this morning. Thank you so much. Now we'll take a breather. When we come back, we'll be speaking with the Commissioner for Strategic Communication in Abia State. He is a member of the People's Democratic Party. Of course, you know that PDP won that particular election in Osun State. We'll get how he feels as regards to this particular contest. Stay with us.
This is Political Update. The Independent National Electoral Commission has declared the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Senator Ademola Adeleke, the winner of the Osun Governorship election. The returning officer for the election and Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Oluwatoyin Ogundikpe, announced that Adeleke got 403,371 votes, beating the incumbent, Adegboyega Oyetola of the All Progressives Congress, who got 375,027 votes in a keenly contested race.
Adegboyega Isiaka Oyetola, APC 375027. Yusuf Sulaiman Lasson, LP 2729. Adeleke Ademola Jackson Nuruddin, PDP 403371. I declare that Adeleke Ademola Jackson Nuruddin, on behalf of the chairman of INEC of PDP, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and he is returned elected.
Although many believe the Osun governorship election was a two-horse race between Governor Adegboyega Oyetola and Senator Adeleke, no fewer than 15 political parties partook in the election. The Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room has said that it observed open negotiations to buy and sell votes in the just concluded gubernatorial race in Osun State. In a statement, the organization said the buying and selling of votes was well coordinated by polling agents in many polling units, and as such, there was no complaint from any of the political parties involved. Speaking further on the issue, the group said codes and coupons were used to extract commitments from voters as opposed to the blatant money exchange in hands observed in the Ekiti State governorship election.
The issue of vote buying, we can say, is still rearing its heads. Some of it openly, others are in a secluded way. The security has not made any arrests, and that is one area that is a source of concern. There have been subtle way of vote buying, but we can say that we have enjoyed peace. We have not had any case of violence.
In PU 003, opposite Olomu Mosque in Osogbo, PDP party agents were seen handing out between 2,000 and 5,000 to induce voters.
The Planning and Strategy Committee of the Tinubu Campaign Organization has alerted the All Progressives Congress to the possibility of about 192 National Assembly members defecting from the party to other parties following the outcome of the party primaries that made some members lose a return ticket. The committee, chaired by a former secretary to the government of the Federation, Babachi Lawal, made a recommendation in its report on the actualization of the presidency of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the coming 2023 general election. The All Progressives Congress National Chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, defended the party's Muslim ticket. Adamu, in an interview, said the party picked the best combination of aspirants that would take it to its destination. The APC presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, had 2 weeks ago picked the former governor of Borno State, Senator Kashim Shettima, a fellow Muslim, as his running mate. And that was Political Update. I am Wisdom Thomas.
All right, thank you so much, Wisdom. Now, welcome back to the program. It's still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. We are looking at the outcome of that governorship election held over the weekend in Osun State, where the People's Democratic Party candidate Ademola Adeleke was declared the winner of that particular contest. Well, you had Mr. Chris Agiri earlier on. He monitored that particular election in Osun State and gave us bit-by-bit account of what actually transpired. Now I have in Abia State the Commissioner for Strategic Communication, Mr. Gochukwe Mezwe. He is a member of the People's Democratic Party. Thank you so much, Honorable Commissioner, for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you, Ginika, and good morning to listeners across Abia.
Okay, over the weekend, you monitor situation, you heard stories, and now it is here with us that the People's Democratic Party, your party, the candidate Ademola Adeleke has emerged the winner of that particular contest in Osun State. Let me get your reaction as to the outcome of this particular election where your party won.
Well, let me first of all convey the reaction of the governor of Abia State, who is the leader of the party in the state, Dr. Okeze Ibazu, who made a statement through the Chief Press Secretary, Onyebuchi Ememanka, in congratulating Senator Adeleke for standing tall in that election and, of course, making us proud as a party and, of course, standing on his own integrity to win that election for the people of Osun State. And, of course, in that message, the governor welcomed him, of course, unofficially, though, to the club of the governors. He's still a governor-elect. And, of course, the challenges that lies ahead, and, of course, what also lies ahead, telling that this is a test of what is to come, of course, without missing words, that we are on the right track as a party.
Okay, now, your party lost in Ekiti State, coming a distant third. How would you compare that particular contest in Ekiti and what happened in Osun? Could it be that you didn't play your game very well in Osun? Why did you lose? And now you're winning here.
If you have take what has been happening in Ekiti State, you discover that our party were not getting it right somehow, because there has been this issue of problem between the former governor Ayo Fayose and the Olujimi, who used to be the deputy governor, who is a senator now. I think they've been having a whole lot of issue till the very last moment when the woman withdrew. And of course, you also knew that the deputy governor to Ayo Fayose, who lost the last time, Ayo Fayose did not support him this time around, and the man was not happy. So because of it, we had a whole lot of intra-party squabble there, and I believe that contributed immensely to the loss of our candidates in that election in Ekiti State. But I believe that we put past that issue, and we're learning from it, and we're improving as the days and years run by.
But I know that even in Osun State, you had divisions, because there was one other man there who actually said he won that particular primary election. Could it be that he later supported Adeleke in this contest to win?
Yes, if you have been following that issue, at some point I think he had to come to the realization that there was no other way than to key into the person that came tops in that election. And in such elections, most times everybody, especially primaries election, most people wouldn't be very happy. But what PDP did right was that they started reconciliation so early. And you also know that Adeleke, the last election, won in the first balloting, but in the second balloting, you and I know what happened. And it was the consensus that this man can get the trophy for us. And the other contestant had to, support him. And at the end of the day, that's what we were able to see, that played out last Saturday.
Okay, now let's talk about Governor Kezim Azu. During last week's grand mega rally for PDP candidates in Osun State, the governor was conspicuously missing. What happened?
The governor wasn't around. He wasn't around, and of course, he communicated that to the presidential candidate of our party and the vice, and of course, the governorship candidate then, who is now governor-elect. So that was the situation. Okay,
because there was this speculation that his friend Governor Osun Wike of Rivers State appeared to be very angry with the party. So most of them are showing a kind of solidarity to Governor Wike. That's why they didn't show up. Talk about Makinde, Ugwuanyi, and some other PDP members, including Governor Kezim Azu.
No, I don't think people are misunderstanding this. The governor is solidly behind the leadership of the party. That party is supreme. Yes, we may agree that our governor, that is talking of Governor Wike, to some extent is not too happy of what is happening. But I can assure you that that issues will gradually fade out. And you can see that our governor has promptly congratulated Adeleke Equipment. There's no issue at all. There's no issue. It's one family.
Okay, looking at what happened in Ekiti State, where you said there were issues of internal squabbles between Olujimi camp and that of Fayoshi. Now, coming back to Abia State, it's assumed that you also have internal squabbles here in the PDP. Do you think it's going to affect your fortunes in 2023?
You see, you cannot compare us with Ekiti because Ekiti has been without a PDP governor since Ayo Fayoshi lost. So that issue of leadership in Ekiti was neither here nor there. It's been one crisis to the other. So it dovetailed into this election, the last election. So Ekiti was without a governor from our platform. So that is the issue we have. So there's nobody who can say this is the person that can really stand as our governor. And you have a whole lot of leaders, because they didn't have a governor who was a leader or who is a leader there. Because of that, you have pockets of leaders. So in Igbo balance, so that's contributed. And so it's been lingering, and I can tell you most efforts that was made to reconcile. At the end of the day, to look as if the whole thing was being solved, but at some point it will just scatter. But it's an entire case in Abia State. Let me say it and say it clearly that I don't think we have serious issues. It's the normal issues. If you also noted.
I don't think so.
We don't have the issue.
And some of your members have left.
Mr. Presenter, Chief Presenter, you know that in 2015, Alex Oti was in PDP. I'm sure people have forgotten. Most of them were in PDP. Alex Oti left. Ojoga left. And what happened? There is no way. Look, it's normal. It is normal. When you go into primaries of any election in most parties, people who may not feel happy that it didn't go their way. So what they will do at the end of the day, they have other places to ventilate themselves, and that is what we call democracy. That is the truth. And at the end of the day, like I keep saying, when you come to the post, then we will now decide. And if you look at PDP over time, it's been happening. People will leave, and of course, it will never ever shake the party, because that is the party that is rooted in the people. We say power belongs to the people, and this party has entrenched himself. So those people have the right to go. So when one or two people leave and become the candidates of other parties, what do you expect? They have the right to move. I'm not arguing against their move. It's been there over time. And when you check,
and you think their movement will not affect you?
My brother. Do you know that all those parties? Tell me the candidates of any party in Abia State minus one or two that are not members of PDP. Just name them. Who have not been in PDP? Just tell me. And why did they leave? You see, if you are leaving because you didn't get a ticket, and when you now go to the party, oh, they are now celebrating you. You have become a saint, and all the people that were in PDP now are devil. People should ask questions. When they say, okay, I get to yes, I get to Yato. Oh, why I get to Yato? Do you understand? Those people, they were in our party. They were part of us. If we are succeeding, it's part of them. If you have challenges or what we consider as areas we were not doing well, they're also part of it. So how come that it was at the point of not getting the ticket that they now move automatically, all of them are now sent? We are looking. So it's politics, my brother. And at the end of the day, the ticket will come home to roost. Because when you let me tell you, they've not started having their problem. Most of those parties, I wouldn't want to say anything now, but you discover that in some of those parties, they are having internal problem. Because some ESCO members of their parties, I also agree that somebody will just come a day to the election and now become the governorship candidate or the candidate of the party House of Assembly. Where is it done? You left the party today, tomorrow you become the candidate of that party. Guinea. Is that not magic? So some of the people there are even angry. You will see what I'm saying. Time is coming. It will just be look at it, and I question you. Tell me the governorship candidate of any party in Abia State that doesn't have this root in PDP. Just tell me.
Okay, I think we'll just leave it at that. Gochuku Emezwe, Honorable Commissioner for Strategic Communication here in Abia State. Thank you so much for speaking with us on the platform this morning.
All right, Gineka, PDP remains the party to beat. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Okay, it's now time for you to actually make your contributions on the program. We're talking about the outcome of the Osun governorship election that happened over the weekend. Call us 08081826949 or 08116052949. You can also send your SMS on 09065108289. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Gineka.
Good morning, welcome.
Thank you. My name is Mr. Chijoke from Benderut. I'm from Ispoto. And I believe that we are not a newcomer in Abia State. So that is why I always advise people listening to this program to disregard whatever people are saying concerning Abia State or PDP. We are not new people in Abia State. And the PDP, the big party that has been ruling in Abia State since 1999. And we always hear stories. Okay, let me go back to 2015. And let's go to the left after. And let's go to the left PDP 2015. And he won election. It's not this issue of incident from and electoral act or whatever. He has been that Jonathan signed the electoral act. I don't think he could have been the governor of Abia State now. But I am advising Abia, let us pick our PVC. Because PDP will understand in the language.
Thank you.
We'll show them and treat them the way they would like.
Thank you so much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, welcome.
I'm calling from
Okay, fine. Kindly speak up a bit.
Yes, I'm calling from Shomada in Edmonton.
Welcome, go ahead.
Yes, I want to say it clearly. PDP is a good party. You cannot compare PDP with APC. Everybody knows it. That is why when I hear Osun State results, I was very happy. But what I'm telling them, in presidential election, it's not going to be so. We want to choose our own person for this. God bless you.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello?
Good morning, Gineka.
Good morning, welcome.
Thank you. My name is Comrade Uchoko Kalo. I'm calling from Opera Avenue.
Okay.
First, I want to sincerely thank you, our first guest, Mr. Chris Aguirre, for his analysis this morning and the difficult assignment that he is doing for his fatherland. I say more grace to his elbow.
Yeah.
The lessons from, I want to congratulate Senator Ademola Adeleke, the Osun State Governor-elect. He deserved that victory. Then the lessons that we in Abia State will take away from that election is that if you come to Abia now, the general opinion is that we are tired of the status quo. going by the massive underdevelopment in the states is alarming. The level of underdevelopment in Abia is alarming. So I will advise Abians to pick their PVC, because certainly there is going to be a paradigm shift in Abia State come 2023.
Thank you.
There is no doubt about that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Good morning. Welcome.
Yes, so my brother, my happiness now is that election this time around is free and fair. What happened in the state has shown us that election this time around is free and fair. Please help me to inform the caller you called, the person you called, what they call it. That always be confident that PDP will win again. What happened to them in 2015 that we are running a skater will happen to them again. And there's nothing like rigging.
Okay.
No rigging, nobody will rig it this time around. What happened to them in 2016? They rigged it. Went to NEC office.
No, but I don't think you have an evidence to that claim you're making now. So let us be very careful with our statements. Thank you so much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Charles from Oman here.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I'm very happy, and let me start by thanking Mr. President for leaving this legacy of and you're having a credible election. In Nigeria, some people have forgotten that much water has passed under the bridge. They don't know that a lot of things have changed. We now have electronic voting. Reference to 2015. What happened in 2015? That somebody won the election and it was robbed. Aside from him, they brought their light. We all know that. And that is going to give us much confidence that this time around, there will never be a repeat of 2015, where election, people will just give the mandate to somebody, then a group of people will come and snatch it from him. It will not happen again. That is why agents will come out and vote. Look at 1.4 million voters in Osun. Wow, that is fantastic.
Okay.
Agents should be confident and come now and remove the party that has reduced Asia to a state of mortuary and burial and all that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Now let's go over to our Facebook page. This one is coming from Ezekiel Elvis. He said, I foresee what happened in Osun happening in Abia State come 2023 because it's high time we put an end to bad leadership. Let's change the positive narrative for the betterment of our future. God bless Abia State. Thank you so much, Ezekiel Elvis. Chinedum Okafor said, good morning. Adeleke's victory in Osun is a proof that Nigerians are getting closer to the promised land. Osun and the Ekiti elections are good signs that the masses have regained the electoral power. Once you are not doing well as a political leader, you will be shown the exit door. More political surprises on the way as we await the national political revolution that will flush out looters and betrayers of the masses from the corridors of power. Nigeria must certainly be great again by the grace of God come 2023. Thank you so much, Chinedum. This one is coming from Osun Kuche. He said, good morning. Nigerians have had enough of bad governance, and the only good legacy President Buhari can boast of is the newly signed Electoral Act, which has been protested by the which has been tested by the Osun gubernatorial election, which stands as a proof that the people can now take back their state from bad leaders and the polity. For Abia Guba 2023, I am confident that Osun Guba will be a replica of Abia Guba next year. And the era of vote buying and rewriting of result by both APC and PDP is over in Nigeria. Obviously, thank you so much. Now to our SMS line. This one is coming from Kelechi Oba in Ikwana. He said, congratulations to the people of Osun State. They have decided, and INEC really proved their integrity. And for me, it's signal to 2023 election. Party politics is not reigning again. What's reigning now is personality politics. Thank you so much, Kelechi. Okay, let's see if we can still take another SMS or we take another call. Hello, good morning. Hello. Good morning. Speak up a bit. Okay, go ahead.
what happened at Osun State shows that PDP is looking well. When campaign starts, we will tell you that PDP will take over.
Okay.
Even more.
I think that was really nice. Now to our SMS line. This one said, my honest prayer for Abia State is for what happened in Osun State to likewise happen here in Abia State. Amen. Amara, thank you so much for your text. This one said, Professor Ikon and PDP should by now seen the handwriting on the wall. No salary, no pension for several months. Nobody will vote for them. From Jonathan in Osisioma. Thank you so much. Well, that's the size of our package today on the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. Let me first of all thank Mr. Chris Agiri, the election observer who spoke to us earlier on the program, and the Commissioner for Strategic Communication, Gochukwu Emizwe, who also joined us. And to all of you who called in and who sent in your SMS, thank you so much. May God bless you. We'll be back again on Wednesday at 10 a.m. to talk more on the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. Sincere thanks to my producer, Samson Eze, Stanko Nedu. God bless all of you. And to my lawyer here, thank you so much. My name is Ginika Olwa. Go get your PVC. That's the only power you have.